Let's see. All right. Welcome to another episode of Something for the Culture. Back with part two with Mr. Fredro Starr. Welcome back, Mr. Starr.
Part two in the building. What's good?
What's going on? What's going on? How you been doing? How you been hanging on
I'm
this
chilling,
evening?
man. Right now, it's all about the NBA. We got the Rappers and Ballers podcast right now. Um, Shout to my co-host Johnny Volga. You know what I'm saying? So right now, we just tuning into the NBA, the bubble right now, and yeah, it's good. We filming a podcast. It's called Rappers and Ballers. We film it in Beverly Hills at the Candy Pins mansion, and we having a good time.
Cool, cool, cool. Can last time we started on we left off on part one with you kind of going into your podcast. Can you just tell us what your podcast is about?
It's about sports. It's about sports and hip hop. To me, hip hop like in sports like basketball, football, boxing.
Mm-hmm.
The people who play that game, the people like the biggest stars are all into hip hop. LeBron James, Dame Dollar's a rapper. Shaq was a
Mm-hmm.
rapper. Kobe was a rapper. Allen Iverson was a rapper. So there's always been hip hop in basketball and boxing. Look at boxing. Floyd Mayweather, Zab Judah, Mike Tyson, they all represent the hip hop culture. So Rappers
Right.
and Ballers is a podcast that represents those particular sports that represent our culture, like basketball, boxing,
Mm-hmm.
and football. Because to me, baseball ain't hip hop. Hockey is not hip hop. Tennis, we got a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Golf, no. You know what I'm saying?
So you
So,
don't consider baseball hip hop? I mean, Jordan kind
no,
of migrated over there.
no. When I came up, when we was coming up in like the early 80s, like we played baseball, you know what I'm saying? I was looking at people like Willie Randolph,
Mm-hmm.
you had people like that, and baseball was big back in the days. We was playing
Mm-hmm.
stickball and all of that in New York. But they stopped hiring black people. There's not a lot of black baseball players. So once they stopped doing that, then baseball went into a different direction. So no,
True.
baseball is not representing the culture. No.
You got a good point. You make an excellent point there. So let me ask you this: Are you excited about um Tyson coming back?
Oh yeah, we've been talking about that crazy. Mike Tyson is my man. Um, we had just did the Tyson's podcast. Hot boxing with Mike, and I didn't think he would be boxing. We did that podcast with Mike about a year ago, and
Mm-hmm.
now he's boxing again. That's crazy. I know Mike smoked a lot of weed, so let's just hope the night of the fight he don't smoke before he.
I'm weak.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If he light up some of that shit that I smoked from Tyson Ranch, then he gonna have a rough night.
I'm weak.
Word.
So enough about sports. Let's get on back to you. Let me ask you this: What character out of everything
Yeah.
that you have played in do you think was your best character and you related the most to?
Uh Man, I think Shorty Doo from Sunset Park probably
Mm-hmm.
because I'm kind of like I can relate to that. I mean, I can relate to all the characters. The character and Light It Up was that character and Light It Up was cool because they let me actually be from Southside Queens. Like
Mm-hmm.
if somebody was to watch the movie with Forrest Whitaker, Rosario Dawson, Usher, Robert Richard Rashad,
Mm-hmm.
and we all were in that movie, and we were filming in the school for about 3 months all together, man. It was crazy. And the one scene with Forrest Whitaker was we had him locked up and we had him in the library. If anybody knows the movie, and I pulled up my shirt, I was like, I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. So that was cool that they let me actually do that in the movie. So that was me right there. You know what I'm saying? That was me.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. What character did you least like that was not relatable to you? Up, up. They froze a little bit.
Oh man, you know what? I liked all the characters because I was getting paid to play all the characters. But um, what character that I least liked?
Hmm.
Um, I don't know because all the, I get played the same, like it's like the same character over and over.
Hmm. So pretty
Ah,
much you were good with
I
anything you
don't know,
played.
man. I think the least character that I probably didn't like the most probably was the character from Strap because he was the fucking bad guy. That guy, man. I mean, that character, he would sell guns to a fucking fifth grader. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
weak.
he was just a bad person.
Okay.
The guy from Strapped Bamboo,
Hmm.
he was terrible. Like you got to be scared of guys like that. You know what I mean? Like they don't got
Right.
no chill, no off button. They don't care. They don't give a fuck.
Right. Right. So
Hear
I
me?
want to
Hear me?
know. Yeah, I can hear you. I want to know how you and Jam Master Jay
All
met.
right. Oh man, I think people tired of this story
You you breaking up, huh?
um, Jam Master Jay is my man, man. It's like I met Jam Master Jay
Up,
man.
up. Yeah,
Can you
you
hear me
went in
now?
and out for a little bit.
Yeah, man. It's so hot in
Yeah, I
LA,
can hear you
man. You know what I
perfectly
mean?
now. You said,
I said I met Jam Master Jay 91.
mm-hmm,
91 at Jones Beach, Queens, New York, man. After I met Jay, that was my brother. Like when I met Jay, that was like meeting my older brother that I never had. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
mm-hmm.
straight up.
Okay. So let me ask you this: when you said he was like your brother, so what life lessons have you learned from him over the years?
Yo, Jam Master Jay was the ultimate hustler. You know what I mean? He did everything. He showed me that, yo, this hip hop thing is a hustle. You know what I mean? He showed me to the movie game. He showed me to the merch game.
Mm-hmm,
He showed me to the music game. Like he put a lot of good lessons. I'm still using the lessons, man. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Always reach out and pull somebody else up. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing that for my whole life. Always reaching out and pulling somebody else up, whether they be my boys, my friends, family. We pull each other up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We got
Yeah.
a question for you. Jonathan Bourne Jackson from Do the Knowledge Radio. He said, "How did you and Sticky like working with Luke on Rod and Spike on clock? Excuse me, on Clockers."
Oh man, working with Luke was cool. You know, when you Onyx and you coming up in the '90s and Luke was coming up, we got
Mm-hmm.
invited to a lot of Luke parties, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about shit that I can't even talk about. If you know what I'm saying, like we was at the Luke parties, man. Like we was there. Shake what your mama gave you, all that shit. That shit was real, and Luke always had a liking for us. Like he always showed us love. So when
Mm-hmm.
it, so when we worked with him, it was cool. It was like seeing, Uncle Luke. He was like Uncle Luke for real. Like, yo, what up? We pulled up. Snoop was on that. Snoop was in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a cool movie. The movie was called Ride.
Yep.
God Tori was in the movie. Me Sticky was in the movie. Melissa D'Souza. You know what I mean? Fuck, man, the movie was crazy. Yeah, Ride was cool, man. Working with Snoop and working with Luke. Yeah, it's always hip hop in movies. We hip hop. We always bump into each other on the movie sets. Now working with Spike Lee,
Mm-hmm.
it was like working with like the genius. Like Spike Lee is a genius. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I agree.
he's like it's just like Spike is just on another level, man. Working with Spike is like working with. I mean, you don't get no higher than that. You know what I'm saying? So on a set, he let us do what we wanted to do. That was the crazy shit. Like he
Hmm.
wasn't strict. He was just like, yo, do what you want to do. Deliver the lines how you want to deliver it. Just just do what you want to do. Spike was one of those type of directors. He was
Right.
focused on other things. Like, all right, you got the job, you got hired to do the job, do your job. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So working with
Right.
Spike was cool because he let us do what we wanted to do. Straight up.
Okay. Cool. Got another question for you. Leslie Nelson out in Oklahoma said, "Will there be another Onyx album?"
Yeah, Onyx album is being recorded right now, man. Shout to Sticky Fingers. We got the right production.
Hmm.
Some banging beats, man, crazy beats. So we working on the Onyx album right now. Hopefully it'll be out before the year's up. You know what I'm saying? Shout to Cleopatra Records. You know what I'm saying? They dropped the bag off. They dropped the bag off, man. So we got to get this album done.
Right. So, since we're on the Onyx album, I want to ask you this. What do you think set Onyx apart from everybody else back then?
We were screaming louder than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Nobody could scream louder than Onyx, man. That
Hmm.
was our style. So but the way we put it together, it fit. You know what I mean? It just fit
Hmm.
the beats. It fit the energy. That set us apart. The energy. We had a lot of energy, man. Still got a lot of energy, and a lot of groups ain't. They wasn't coming to the table with that much energy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah. So, you had the Busta Rhymes and Cypress Hills kind of, but like the energy we had was just on another level.
Right. So, with that being said, Slam. How did the whole mosh pit concept come up with that track?
Yo, we just was like we was just in the hood, man. South Jamaica, Queens, man. Just a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of energy inside. You wanted to just that energy had to escape. So we
Hmm.
came with a record called Slam. You know what I'm saying? And that record was to let people know, yo, you can go to the club, you can mosh pit, you can, what I'm saying? When that music come on, you can throw elbows, do all of that. And when the record is over, everybody go home, nobody gets shot. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? The same thing the white boys was doing with the rock and roll shit. We brought that to hip
Hmm.
hop. So yeah, that record Slam, that was that record.
I know that's right. So, back in '93, let's go back to '93. So, Onyx was up against Dr. Dre's Chronic album, and y'all actually won the award for Soul Train. What can
Yes.
you take me back to your energy, your thoughts, like when that happened?
Yeah, that was that was crazy that we won a Soul Train Award for Best Rap Album
Hmm.
in 1994. And I think Naughty by Nature was up for it. I think Diggable Planet. I think Dr. Dre. Somebody told me that Dr. Dre wasn't up for it, but uh, maybe they was because they had the Chronic album out. But
Hmm.
to make a long story short, we got nominated for the Source Awards too, and we
Hmm.
got nominated 5 awards for the Source Award: Best Rap Album, Best Single, Best
Hmm.
Live Performance, and we didn't win no Source Awards. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, damn, we went to the Source Awards. We thought we was gonna win at least one. If we got nominated 5 times, right? We didn't
Hmm.
win nothing. We was so mad going home. We was like, we was affected. That shit, you know what I mean? We was mad, you know what I mean? We thought we was
Right.
gonna be walking home, going on stage, yo, I wanna say shout to Jamaica Queens, all that shit. Nothing. So when it was time to win, the Soul Train Awards, we was like, we not gonna win. You know what I'm saying? We already lost the Soul Train Awards, so we was like, all right, we just gonna go just to have fun. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like we ain't thinking we gonna win. Come on,
Right.
we just got jerked at the Source Awards. How we gonna win the Soul Train Awards? And the Soul Train Awards is more commercial than the Source Awards. So when we was there, we was just sitting there like when they called our names, we wasn't thinking we was gonna win. We was just like whatever, just sit down and enjoy the show. And then when they said Onyx, we just kind of like looked at each other and was like, did they just say Onyx and shit? You know what I'm saying? And I think everybody had the same expression. And then Jam Master Jay was like, "Come on, we won!" And we was like, "Oh shit!" We all just jumped up and went on stage and started slam dancing. And Don Cornelius, man, rest in peace to Don Cornelius. He was happy. He was like, "Yo, I never seen that like that before, man. That was good."
So let me ask you this, because we are in the era of a lot of these older shows back from the 90s and so on, like Roseanne, Grace, Will and Grace and all that. If Moesha
Yeah.
wanted to come back together and revamp the show, would you be interested in doing
No.
it?
Nah, I think Moesha is a classic. It's on Netflix right now. I think you can just enjoy it. Lamont Bentley's not here, and Dell passed away. It's just, you know, I think once you have something that's a classic like that, you don't touch it. You don't mess with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's on Netflix. You can enjoy it, and you can watch it over and over. So why reboot it? Like why do that? Like why go that direction? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
Yeah.
we got another question for you, Moni Love. She said, "Did working on Moesha have a good impact on your acting career? And would you work with Brandy on a track?"
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool working on Moesha. You know what I'm saying? It was shit. We shit. What we did, we shook the world up with that TV show in a way because everybody came through the TV show. Whitney Houston came through. Kobe Bryant came through.
Hmm.
Um, Genuine came through. That was a fun episode. Usher came through. You know, Vargas, the boxer, came through. It was so many
Hmm.
different people that was, on Moesha. It's like everybody came through there. So
Right.
I remember we even had we had Morris Day on the show.
Hmm. Y'all
Yo,
had
Morris
Little
Day.
Kim.
Little Kim was on the show. Was she?
Yeah, yeah, she was like, I think, wasn't that like the last episode, like when they kidnapped Miles or something like that?
Yeah, I was that about. I got fired by then. I wasn't on the
I'm
show.
weak.
They was like, yeah, there was no sign of cue there. But yeah, it was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was cool. Right, it was cool.
So we got another question for you. Leslie Nelson wanted to know if you were still a barber.
I cut my own hair. Yeah,
That's as far as they go now.
that's it. But you know who need a haircut? Kanye West. His cut. Kanye West need a barber, man. Like before he could be the president, he got to come see me, man.
I
We
can't. I'm not.
cause nah, for real, cause he looked like he liked to get designs and he likes to get his hair eccentric. There's
Hmm.
nobody could cut Kanye West's hair better than me as far as like designs and all of that. So
Hmm.
I would be a barber for people like Kanye or somebody like Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind giving Nas a shape up. He got the ill shape ups. I like it's a passion. Like once you have a skill, you can do it forever. You know what I'm saying? That's a skill that I have. You
I
know?
mean, have you ever thought about opening maybe a barber shop up?
Yeah, I thought about it. I
Hmm.
thought about it. I should have opened up a barbershop, but I don't know, man. We was just touring and just so caught up in the Onyx thing. And, right now with the pandemic thing, I don't know if a barbershop is the right investment. But hey,
Hmm.
if Kanye want to cut, I'll pull up. I'll pull up to the crib. I come to Wyoming. Send me a fucking jet.
Don't we? So, what would you want? Let's just say, because tomorrow is never promised to none of us, right? And I ask this question to everybody that comes on the platform. Since tomorrow is never promised, what would you want your legacy to be?
My legacy is gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? My legacy is the guy that always kept it real, I guess. You know, through the ups and downs, through the good times, the bad times, through
Hmm.
the smooth sailing, through the rough seas. You know what I'm saying? Through everything, through just 30 years of hip hop. I think that I kept it real for the most part.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a couple of couple of little things here and there. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect, but
Mhm.
for the most part, I ain't got no paperwork. Never snitched on
Mhm.
nobody. Um,
Mhm.
you know, never sold drugs to a black person, to a black man. Never, you know what I mean? Never try to kill my race, and never shot another nigga out of hate or jealousy or did any hate shit. So I feel like I kept it real, for the most part.
I know that's right. So let me ask you this, because everybody's talking about, this Cardi and Megan video that just came out, WAP, right? So I want to get a male's perspective. As a male, because everybody's thinking that, oh, she's a mom, she shouldn't have came out with it. It's inappropriate. As a male, the same industry that she's in and you're in, and you're a rapper as well. What's your opinion on it?
My opinion don't. My opinion doesn't count. To tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, like my opinion does not count. Like they making it happen. Let them do what they do. They're artists.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I mean, I haven't seen the video to tell you the truth, but
Hmm.
I don't think that we've seen nothing that we haven't seen before.
I
Is this some?
agree.
Is this something new that we haven't seen before? Did somebody grow another head, or is it like I mean, is it like what's going on here? Like,
No, like it's really nothing. I mean, all it is probably Little Kim, Foxy Brown, everybody mumbled up into one. That's all it really is.
oh well, they got to pay homage to the greats, man. Little Kim, Foxy, they
Hmm.
legends. What they did for hip hop is still still. I mean, how many rappers did the Little Kim picture? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
what they did to hip hop and the marks that they made in hip hop will always be here. So everybody gonna take a little bit of that. That's what it's there for. You know what I'm saying?
right. So, who haven't you collabed with that you would want to collab with in the future?
Oh man, I mean, I would like to hear Onyx and Busta Rhymes on a record together. We never did a record with Busta Rhymes. I don't know why, but I think I mentioned them earlier. I think our energy would sound good on the record. So yeah, Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm calling out Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes, he already know that's my dude. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this motherfucking Onyx Busta Rhymes record. We gonna get Sun C on the record. Sun C is one of the original members of Onyx, and let's do an Onyx Busta Rhymes record. Fuck it, let's do it. After 30 years, let's finally get it done. Sticky Fingers, Busta Rhymes can go back to back, head to head, and do what they gotta do. Let's stop the
I know
clown.
that's right.
Yeah.
So, as long as you have been in the business, what would you say to somebody that's trying to be in the same spot that you are? What advice would you give them?
Advice. I'm not good at advice. You know what I'm saying? I give bad advice, so
Not bad advice.
I give the worst. My advice would be to um just uh just be you. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Don't try to overexert nothing and just let it come natural. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Hmm.
I did. Everything just came natural. Nothing was forced. You know, it's kind of like playing chess. Everything was just a move. You move here, you move here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just be yourself, man. Be natural. Just be yourself.
So, what is a talent or something we don't know about Fredro Starr?
Oh man, my talent that people don't know. I'm a ill chef. I could cook mad good. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't gonna go on YouTube and Instagram putting plates of food up and all of that type of stuff. But you know what I'm saying? For like I don't know, like I just grew up knowing how to cook, I guess watching my mom's in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? And you
Hmm.
know, yeah, I love to eat, so I know how to cook good, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
What would you
yeah.
say is your favorite dish that you've made?
Man, I can make chicken parmesan, macaroni and cheese. My
Hmm.
fried chicken is crazy. Um, I can make anything. My spaghetti is crazy. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? My tacos is Taco Tuesdays.
I am weak. Weak.
I got the illest tacos. Yo, straight up. I got the illest tacos. You know, you got to throw that Lori's in there. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
Straight
not the
up.
lorries.
Yeah, I throw Lori's on everything. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Yeah, you know, little Lori's, little lemon pepper. You might be in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I am weak. I cannot.
you know what I'm saying?
So, what was the best venue that you think you've ever performed at?
The best venue we ever performed at had to be, oh man, I like this venue we perform at called Alpha Fame.
Hmm.
It's always in Germany. That's a big festival every year. We always have a great time over there. But the best venue we ever played in would probably have to be, damn, I don't know. We played in a lot of ill venues. Yeah, Alpha Fame, man. They was dope, but they not doing it no more. But yeah, Alpha Fame festivals in Germany, man. Shout to my man Carlos, Dacos, and them dudes. Yeah, yeah, we be having big crowds overseas. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So,
Yeah,
you have a lot of solo projects as well. Not a lot of people know that you have your own music outside of Onyx. So,
yeah,
can
for
you
sure.
just tell us about your music?
Yeah, I mean, I got solo albums. Go on iTunes, man. Firestar 2, Made in the Streets,
Hmm.
um, a few joints. What else we got? Got a couple of albums, man. But the Firestar album was probably like the classic Fredro Starr album. That album was crazy with joints like The Perfect Chick, That Be
Hmm.
Them. You know what I'm saying? Like that album was the classic Firestar. But yeah, the new joint is called A Few Joints EP I just released. You can check that out. You know, go on iTunes, do what you gotta do. But yo, right now the game is about to start again. We got to get the podcast is about to pop. So we might have to do part three.
I'm weak. So look, we're gonna wrap this up and listen, everybody, y'all make sure to tune into his podcast. Let the
Rappers
people
and
know where they can
ballers,
get it.
rappers and ballers, the new podcast. You know what I'm saying? We got an EP too. You can listen to an EP because my co Johnny Vogel here rappers. So we going back ball for ball. So we got the EP, the Rappers and Ballers podcast. My name is Joe Starr. I love y'all. Holla.
All right, y'all, we out of here. Y'all have a great night.